Hey guys, Woods Runner here. My church is doing an overnighter and I get to sleep outside, so that's good. I just made a shelter. It's a debris hut. It's a fallen spruce that there's a cavity inside it that I hacked out, and I'm reinforcing it with spruce boughs. Not live, off the same dead one. Thought I saw a rabbit. Alright, well here she is. I'll show you. Maybe. If we can see. Probably can't see, can you? I'll get a light. There we go, somewhat solves the problem. Right up in here. That's where I'm gonna stay. Okay, so maybe you can see that, maybe you can't. It's just pretty much spruce. A cave of spruce. Yep, I was just scouting around, see if I could see any rabbits. I thought rabbit season ended March 1st, but it's actually March 31st, so more rabbits for me. There's a bunch of them here. And I just got this little pellet gun, because it'd be kind of weird if I was wandering around the church woods with a shotgun. To some people would think. But anyway, I'm just going to build a fire reflector right there when it gets dark, and for now I'm just scouting around for rabbit, so see you later. I don't know if this thing is wrong, but I'm an idiot. I'm reading the Celsius. Well, it's hovering right around 0 Celsius. Yeah, it's about freezing. Just about freezing. So, hopefully it'll get a little colder tonight. Looks like we got some cloud cover, I'm not sure how much, but sun's barely down. It's gonna be a good night. I got a spot for the fire here, and I was gonna get some rocks so I could heat them up when I was sleeping in my fire. Hang on. I can't work this flashlight. I've got a little fire pit set up here with bricks that I found in the woods. Just a pile of bricks, and that's actually happens a lot because people build their houses and then they have scraps, so they just pay somebody to haul them in the woods and just leave them there. So anyway, I'm using those instead of rocks because, well, I don't want to use any river rocks because they might explode. But if I were truly in a survival situation and there were no bricks, I would. But I'd heat them up slowly. Anyway, there's the interior of my shelter again. Probably can't see it because it's spruce. Spruce doesn't want to take the light because it's got a bunch of pores, holes in it, gaps. But anyway, I'll take these bricks and put them in there with me at nighttime. I built kind of a reflector. I don't know if you can see that. There's a fallen tree, so I stuck the stump right there. And all it's left to do is gather some firewood. Like a deer in headlights here. Yep, gather some headlights. Gather some firewood. How about that? Yeah, I didn't get any rabbits. Those suckers just don't want to come out of the burrows, but I got an idea. There's some new land over in the west, so I'll see it. Just like the mountain men go west. Hey guys, I'm in my church bathroom. I know, great filming spot, eh? And I must look pretty with all this on. Anyway, so I've got this headlamp. I just figured I'd give you a quick overview of what I'm wearing. I've got this giant Columbia coat. I like it. I've got a wool sweater that was my uncle's. It's from the 70s. It's really warm. I think it's 100%. 100%, yeah. probably. Then I've got this cotton waffle stuff. I know it's cotton, but I couldn't find any wool long underwear, so it's a blend, polyester. And then I've got 2 layers of that. And as you can see, my zipper's undone because these pants haven't fit me since like 3rd grade. 4th grade, sorry. Anyway, and then under that I've got a layer of Under Armour to wick. On bottom, like I said, I've got my 4th grade corduroy pants. And I've got the same I've got a long underwear under that. Then on my feet, I have these, just these, you know, swamp boots pretty much. They're just, there's the label for all you people that care. I don't. I got them cheap, that's the main thing. Ithaca, I guess. But I've got 3 layers of wool socks on under that. I'm not sure how that's going to go. And on top of that, all the sleeping gear I'm using is 2 55-gallon drum liners that I just found at my church, and a space blanket. So wish me luck. If I die, this will be my last video. Rule 1 of survival: keep everything off the ground. I'm going to kneel to strike this ferro rod to get my fire started. All natural tinder, by the way. Compliments of cattail down. And I could kneel, or I could squat. When I'm squatting, none of me is touching the ground. And that goes for tinder. I built a base for this fire. You can do a lot with that. My smaller sticks, those aren't touching the ground. Alright, fail. Come on, one more. Oh, almost had it. Come on, baby. Let's fluff this up a little bit. It's kind of down. Come on, baby. Ah. It's almost there. It wants to go. Yes, come on. Alright. That took a little longer than I expected. But I'm not going to lie to you about it and edit all that out, because that's survival. Sometimes you get it first strike, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 or 10 or 20. Sometimes you can't get it. Rule 2 of survival: don't sweat. I could get this branch with my axe, but instead I'm using less calories, and if you take it from a science perspective, this is no energy at all. I'm barely putting pressure on that sucker. Already through. But if you take it scientifically, I don't like doing that, but you know, sometimes you got to. If you take it scientifically, what is a calorie? A calorie is the amount of energy to heat 1 cubic inch of water. 1 cubic inch of water, 1 degree. So if you think about it, the more calories you have, the more calories you save by sawing instead of chopping. The warmer you are in bed. Everybody loves a warm bed. Rule number 3 of survival: don't cut your fingers off. If you get injured, that means your warm blood is seeping out, well, it could, is seeping out of your body, and that means it's going away from the heart, away from the core. It's not warming the central organs. You're gonna die. Possibly. Most likely. If you have a bum leg, can't really walk around, build a shelter, signal for help, get food, anything. Make a fire. So yeah. Don't be an idiot. Another rule of survival that goes hand in hand with number 2. Number two is if you feel yourself starting to heat up and you're sweaty almost, strip. Take one layer off and then another if you're still cold or sweaty. Then if you're still hot, take another layer off. It can sneak up on you. I mean, I'm working with this axe and I had to take most of my layers off. A lot of them anyway. But one way I like to test if you're getting sweaty, take 2 fingers, piece, put them together like 2 fingers together. Stick them down your back on your bare skin as far as you can, and if you feel yourself feeling like sticky almost, very hot, almost wet, you gotta strip quick. Because there ain't nothing worse than a wet bed. I know from experience. And so do you. Alright guys, I've been at this a long time. I'm not sure if you can see that, but that's my wood pile. It's decently sized for what I have to do, and if I run out in the night I can always chop more and that'll bring my core body temperature up. But I got a good fire going now. I can always burn the reflector if I need to, but that's last minute. I've been cutting wood probably 2 hours because I was here. I mean, this whole thing, I've been out here probably 2 hours. So it's about time to go to bed, I say. Get up early the next morning, go fishing or rabbit hunting or something. Alright, see you in the morning. Hey guys, this is what it looks like in my spruce cave shelter. We got the fire right there by the door. You come around, here's me on one of the 55-gallon drum liners, or fancy big garbage bags, if you will. Let's see, what was I gonna say? Sorry, tired. Yeah, this is it. I'm laying on my other coat. I brought 2 because I'm a wuss. But you know, I like to layer up, and I might just wear 2 coats sometimes. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. All depends on the level of chilliness. Space blanket. I've got a space blanket right here. And I'm either going to leave it right here like a reflector for the fire, for the long wave radiation, or I'm going to put it over me, because this fire it's warm, it's nice to have, but it's not warming me up 100%, that's for sure. But no fire will ever do that without shelter. Well, I shouldn't say that, because someone's going to prove me wrong. Jordy. Okay, so this is it. And no, I'm not worried about all the chipmunks and rabbits that are probably in there. Well, I don't think there are rabbits in here, otherwise I would have found them. Yep, all that's left to do is put my gloves and hat on and I'll be out. But I needed this light to film, so yeah, I kind of like this. I'm not sure what I'll think of it in the long term. Like, if I'll pimp it out even more. Pimp. I don't think I've ever used that word. But yeah, this is it. This is my view. It's pretty cool. I like the stars better, but you know, cloud ain't bad. Spruce. Oh, high school, what are you doing to my head? ACT next week. I was actually doing some Algebra 2 review in here earlier. So, yeah. Whew. There's a hole right there, right where my face is. Do you see it? See? Yeah, you do. You see it. Snowflakes are coming right in on my face. It's kind of cool. Alright. Well, I guess it's time to shut the camera off. Throw another log on the fire and hit the sack. Hey guys. 6:20 in the morning. I made it. Oh man, that was some rough night. You guys would not believe it. But I made it through a winter night in Michigan with not much more than a space blanket and 2 garbage bags. So I can tell everybody that now. I can say it now. The space blanket kind of tore apart on me, so that was a little bit bad, but the garbage bags didn't, so that was a little bit good. Yeah. Yep. Just waiting for the sun to come up, and then I'll put this fire. Yeah, put the fire out and pack up. I got almost no sleep last night, guys. It was a rough night. Oh. It's actually brighter than it looks. It's 6:30-ish. But yeah, it's way brighter than it looks. I don't know why the camera never picks it up, but every time I camp, it never does. Anyway, so these things I got on my feet, those swamp boots I was talking about. Why would I possibly, what would motivate me to wear those instead of nice 500 milligram Thinsulate Rockies winter snow boots? Well, I'll tell you. I saw Dave Canterbury, and he had some Muck Arctic Pros on, I think. And I figured these were the cheapest option. Well, actually I already had them, so I just figured I'd give them a shot. And I have on 3 pairs of wool socks in here, so they almost act like mucklucks, moccasins. And you know, my feet were pretty toasty for the first 4 hours of the night, but the last 4 they were kind of just a little bit touch and go. I think what I need to do is get a strap and put them around the top, or just go out and buy some Muck Arctic Pros, test those, or just wear 2 pairs of wool socks, or get some 100% wool socks, because these are 80/20 because you can't find 100%. Alright, well, I'll pack up and get the heck out of Dodge. Alright, survival rule number 4. Or is it 5? I can't remember. Anyway, always be prepared. You know, 2 garbage bags and a space blanket really don't weigh that much. I mean, not even 6 ounces. Half a pound. Whatever. But, you know, if you think about it, you can do a lot more to help affect your survival if you pack right. I mean, a wool blanket. Oh, I wish I would have had a wool blanket. Those space blankets, that's the 2nd time I've used that one, so it fell apart halfway through the night. And yeah, that was fun. So I ended up using this 2nd garbage bag, or 55-gallon drum liner, as a sleeping bag. and that worked pretty good. I dropped a hot brick in there, and yeah, that worked great. But, you know, a lot of people said I couldn't do this. A lot of people told me I couldn't do this. They said, Chris, you're nuts. You can't do that. You can't sleep outside in the winter with no sleeping bag, no wool blanket, just a fire, 2 trash bags, and a space blanket. Space blankets don't keep you warm. Well, they do if you know how to use them. And I've never done something like this before with just this amount of gear. But, you know, how else are you going to do it? If you've never done something before, well, there's a first time for everything, guys. I mean, think about it. I'm not dumb because I'm doing this for the first time. I've never done it before. It's just, you know, you have to try things to see what works and what doesn't. You can't read it all. You have to do dirt time. You gotta do it yourself. Test theories. You gotta prove to yourself what works and what doesn't. Last night, I proved that I could sleep outside in a Michigan winter with 2 55-gallon drum liners and a crappy $2 space blanket that was reused. I know now that the space blanket isn't the best option, so I'm gonna look into that, see if I can buy one of those reusable ones, or see what those space blanket sleeping bags cost in Mylar. But anyway, thanks. Prepare. Not for zombies attacking, you know, apocalypse or whatever. Prepare for just anything. I mean, there are so many uses for cup and a wool blanket. You just get one. Get 2. Get 3. Alright. You know, guys, just because I've done this doesn't mean I'm done with it. I'm done camping out. I'm done testing myself, testing my limits. I'm not. But you gotta keep practicing these things over and over again. You can't just do the bow drill once, or just look at a picture of a bow drill, which is what I find so many, let's just say, outdoorsy organizations doing. They show a kid a picture of a bow drill, and the instructors can't do it themselves. And, I mean, you know, the instructors probably have a life, you know. They can't afford to practice it every day, but once a week, or even once. I have met nobody in Michigan yet who can do the bow drill, and that's a very sad thing. I've met people who have tried, but never someone who has actually completed it. But, you know, once you get it, you're not done. You gotta practice those things, keep pushing your limits, testing your limits, making yourself preparing your body for the best possible outcome if you're ever stranded, or if you just want to impress your friends.